Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. And on today we have a luxury X Gabe Nation from the YOS 3v3. So this is three different Adamancipator or three rock lists that we're bringing you from the 3v3 where Hani Jawhari, Kamal Crooks and Gabriel Vargas teamed up in order to try and take the win at the 3v3. They ended up losing out in top 4 to the 2 meter rule, and you can see their profiles on the channel as well. But I thought I'd take you guys through the three rock lists which allowed these guys to be XO at the end of Swiss, and then put them in very strong standings as they took a share in that enormous prize pool. So let's kick off with this list, which I believe is Hani's list. Could be Hani's or Gabe's because they played very similar lists, but I'm pretty sure this one is Hani's. So triple Analyzer, triple Researcher, and triple Seeker, 1 Gigantes, 1 Weeping Idol, triple Doki Doki, triple Guardian, 1 Gate Blocker, 1 Tackle Crusader, 1 Beta, 1 Angel Trumpeter, 1 O-Lion, 1 Dragon Buster, 2 Performage Hat Tricker. This one's a little bit atypical, so if there are 2 or more monsters on the field then you get to special summon it. That's pretty much always going to be fine to extend with, because any of your Adamancipator monsters gets you 2 monsters onto the field most of the time anyway. It is a spellcaster which conflicts a teeny bit with the rest of the deck, but not too much of an issue, and it is a level 4 Earth, so that goes really well with your rank 4s or with your block dragon as well. And then there's triple Petting Cessor as the 1 card starter, double Adhara, not opting to play the full 3 here, and then triple block dragon, triple Unexpected Die, triple Dark Rule Memo, and 1 Foolish Barrow. Just another way to get yourself into an extender, because it can either give you the block dragon if you're set up for that play, it can do some fun stuff with setting up your Gigantes, etc. So it's pretty nice to have there. For the extra deck, 1 Dragite, Raptite, Savage, Herald, Marcher, Dweller, Granite, Access Code. I think I've talked about this previously. It's interesting how a lot of Adamancipator lists are moving towards playing Access Code, since after you set up your Try and Break Me board in the first turn, you can occasionally be on fairly low resources, and Access Code Talker is a very easy option for OTKing on breaking apart a board during the following turn, which most people cannot deal with. Then Appaloosa, Fibrex, Unicorn, Cerberus. Not many people opting to play the Phoenix anymore. Cerberus just seems like the more optimal choice, and it is Earth, of course. And then 1 Union Carrier, 1 Link Cross, and 1 Link Spider for some of the combos. In the side deck, triple Nibiru, triple Gamma, 1 Driver to go with the Gamma, 1 Pancratops. Being an Earth extender that also removes a problem is pretty nice. Triple Twisters, 1 Red Reboot, and triple Impermanence. I guess a few things worth mentioning. It's nice to see the Gate Blocker and the Tackle Crusader featured in this list. All 3 of these lists do feature both, and also feature the Unexpected Die engine, which works really well with the Adhara engine, so great options for allowing you to push through various negates, and they have a high enough rock count that they can keep playing through various random problematic boards. And then also you've got the Weeping Idol, which I think is an interesting one. You only have to remove a tuner, and the deck plays a pretty high tuner count. Let's see if we can count it. So 3, 6, 9 on this row, nothing on this row, 10, 11, oh that's also 1, 12, 13, 14 tuners all within the main deck. And then you can even get more if you count the Metal Marcher on top of that as well. So very easy to set up the Weeping Idol in general here. So that's it for Hani's list. So let's take a look at Gabe's list, or potentially it's the other way around. So list is it's pretty much identical. The main deck is exactly the same. Extra deck is exactly the same as well. The only difference actually between these two lists was in this side deck. Gabe was choosing to play the Lanciers. Hope I'm getting this the right way around. So Gabe chose to play the Lanciers over the Impermanences. Potentially more powerful against decks like the Rocket Link FTK, which we knew was going to be featured at this event because fairly early on it was indicated that the Disciples would be taking part, and you can be pretty sure that since they put so much work into the Rocket deck, they were going to be bringing some variation of that. But even so, Lancia does have applications, great applications actually against Eldritch and even in the Adamancipator mirror as well. So not much more else to say on that one, and let's go to Kamal's list. So a few little changes here. So he's playing the alpha instead of the beta, and this one has the higher defense stat. He's playing the double gate blocker, and that second gate blocker replaces the foolish burial. Because Foolish just sort of is fairly susceptible to hand traps and interrupts. It pretty much always just baits an interrupt. It doesn't actually give you additional resources, whereas your like Adamancipator effects pretty much never get stopped unless it's early enough that they are sure you don't have anything available to carry on with. And then if you resolve a gate blocker off that, it just gives you a free win versus decks like Striker and various other problematic cards. I mean, even against Altergeist, your opponent wouldn't be able to target your monsters, so this seems pretty nice anyway. The side deck has another variation here, so no impermanences, but playing triple token collector. Being an Earth that is also an extender at the same time as being a hand trap is really nice. The fact that it interacts even from the graveyard is very nice as well, as we saw from some of the live feature matches, in which even if you're going up against like Water Hand Loop, if they discard your token collector, it's still live in the graveyard. So very, very potent there. Let's just quickly check the extra deck. I don't think there are any changes here. Nope. So that is it for the list. I guess a few other things to comment on. Dweller is still a very powerful card in the format. So the fact that you can play a deck that has a lot of rank 4 access after going into an Appaloosa or its main combo, or these guys didn't decide to play IP, but if you do go into like your main setup, a few negates and alongside a Dweller, that seems super strong, because if Dweller kills your opponent's deck, then you put a negate next to it, and even impermanence can't save them from it. And then if the Dweller doesn't beat their deck, then generally the other negates or will do enough, especially things like Herald backed up by Savage is super strong. Also, the use of the Gamma engine, I think that was pretty cool. We did see that pop up at one of the more recent LCS events as well. This just has great application against certain decks. With this deck in particular, if your opponent does manage to break your board, generally that means you have nothing left on board and the only thing you have left going for you is your block dragon. So if you start trying to use your effects, potentially with like the unexpected die being your starting card, or something activating in your graveyard, or more likely just your opponent breaking your board and then attempting to set up their own board following that, they're likely to be on fairly low resources, which means that your Gamma then is live, and not only is it live, it's also extremely potent. So a great option there for these guys. So very nice list. Let me know what you guys think. All three lists are available as download links in the description. Yeah, that's everything. If you're interested in watching the matches that these guys played, especially we captured a lot of their Swiss rounds, which you can see on the YOS live stream. There'll be a card up for that around now, so you can check out their matches, and we're also uploading the individual rounds on a round by round basis as well, so those will be coming shortly if you haven't seen them already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.